Did you know that your self-talk comes from before you could even remember? A lot of it came from when you were a baby. You were perceptive of the adults around you. You perceived the messages they gave you. You knew if you were annoying to them. You knew if they were excited to see you. You picked that up. And since you were before you even born, since way back then, you were hardwired to believe certain things about yourself and about other people. Now, fast forward to the future, and here you are as an adult, and you have to figure out, okay, where's my self-talk coming from now, and is it working? There's a lot of your so's, you should, you shouldn't, this is how it is, this is how it's always been. There's a lot of messages that we get. And when it comes to church, there's a lot of messages that we have. God is love, you're a sinner, God hates sin. And then as kids, we kind of conjecture forward. So God must feel this about me or whatever. And church has different feelings and teachers give us different feelings, but they're kind of hardwired into us when they're those old relationships. So here's what we've got to figure out. So back to our identity circle. Self-talk falls under the domain of rational mind. That's the voice that's in charge. And is the voice that's in charge in your mind behooving you? Or is the voice that's in charge hurting you? I want you to consider, what if I thought something different? So if I think I'm so, or I should or I shouldn't, here we can develop some critical thought. And that is also rational mind. That's when rational mind becomes healthier. And critical thought says pros and cons. Critical thought says, is this really loving? Is this true? It doesn't just accept what we're given as we did when we're kids. So I encourage you today to assess, what is your self-thought? What is your rational mind saying to you about yourself and about other people? And does that accurately reflect kindness and love and what your core values are? And the other thing that's going to be helpful in this process is looking at what your emotions tell you about that thought. If you just look at that thought, I'm so, well, is that true? Is that helpful? Is that kind? And what is your body response doing? When you hear that thought, does it recoil? Or does it fall into it and just feel like, oh, yes, that is a healing thought. I can live with that. We don't have to live with our negative self-talk. We don't have to. We can change it. And it doesn't have to remain, even if it was hardwired into us as babies. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you soon.